What's going on, guys? I got my paintball springs. I'm going to install probably the drive spring and the valve spring. I had to take this apart still, so I've only taken off the stock and the rear part, but I had to take apart all these Allen screws and stuff. So I'm gonna open this thing up and then open up the valve and show you guys what's going on in there. Alright guys, I got her all taken apart. Pretty much you just need 3 Allen wrenches and a screwdriver to take it apart, and then for the valve you'll need some sort of pick to get this valve O-ring out of here. So the Allen wrenches you need are 3/16, 5/32, and 1/8. And then I have all my screws and stuff kind of lined up here, and trigger and cyclone feeder, and today I got my 1800 going down right now. So now I have to open up this dude, and this isn't too hard to get into. I've seen a video from Ann's Gear, and they say to like hit it against something hard, like a table or something that's not going to move around too much. So I'm going to hold the camera, and basically what you want this to do is you want that valve to start moving down. And so it moved a little bit right now. And then once you get it moving, you can get something. I'm going to use a screwdriver. I should probably use something a little bit softer, like a softer metal. But this should work as long as I don't try to force this out. And I've already taken it out the other day. And yeah, it just kind of pops out. I put some lube on this O-ring. So this power tube is pretty much empty now. There's nothing inside of this aside from the velocity adjuster screw. And this guy is the valve. This is the front of the valve. It fits up against the air adapter, which is this tombstone thing. And so yeah, I had to take this out. So I'll try this little pick. Hopefully I can get in there and I don't screw it up. I can buy new O-rings. This one seems like it came out pretty easy. So I'm going to put this to the side. I have grease and oil over here just chilling, waiting to be used. And so now I have to take out, it already came out. So behind that O-ring, there's a washer, and that's kind of just holding everything in there. And then I'm pushing the pin on the bottom side, this pin. So I'm pretty much going to gut this thing out and get to my spring. And in there's a little bushing. I don't think I need to do anything with that. And so this washer goes underneath the O-ring. And then I need to get to this spring. This is a cup seat. This is what seals the valve. So I'm probably going to add a little bit of oil to this and a little bit of grease. These don't typically get bad or go out. This is the only part that gets old because it's a rubber seal. So I'm going to put some oil on that. This is the original spring, and these came in my Tech T paintball kit. So supposedly these are lightened. So I'm squishing the original, trying to get a feel for how much tension I need to push this. And this feels a tiny bit lighter, not too much, but a little bit. Like there's a bit of a it's a bit easier to push down. And this other one is like a longer one. I think if I had a Tippmann 98 or some other Tippmann marker, I would use this one. But this one matches the length of my A5 factory spring. The only thing that could be possibly different, since I bought this used, I don't know if this is the original spring or if this is already lightened valve spring. But this does feel a little bit easier to squish. This feels a little bit tense. This is the original one. This feels a little bit harder to squish. And this one feels a little bit lighter. So this must be the original factory one. So I'm just going to put it to the side And obviously I can't use the longer one because this will actually decrease my the time that the valve is open and allows air to pass through. So I'm just gonna add some oil to this thing and then I'll be right back. All right, you guys, I put my new lightened spring inside here and the cup seal, and the cup seal has the pin on it, so it's already all together. This is that washer that fits over, and put that guy back in there. I put oil and stuff on that cup seal on the bottom. I put a little bit of grease on the spring and where it attaches to the cup seal, and then I flipped over the spring and like just kind of put grease and stuff on everything. So I'm gonna put this in here. This is the main O-ring. On a video I've seen, it's a little bit hard to get back in here. These edges are a little bit sharp, so they are kind of like pressing into my skin a little bit. So I'm just gonna struggle with this for a second. I don't want to use anything sharp or anything to push this in. So I'm gonna use, this is the drive pin for the drive spring. It's like a guide, I guess, a spring guide. So I'm gonna use this because it has a flat edge, it's round, it's not pointy, it's not sharp. So that was actually pretty easy to get back in there. It's all set and flush. I'm gonna put a little dab of oil on that thing, even though I just put grease, because who knows when the next time I'm gonna get in here. Could be a little while before I get back in here and have to do anything to this seal. So I'm just getting some oil flipped around in there. I should probably use this actually to kind of spread it. So yeah, you can see that little glistening on there. So there's oil on that seal now. I put oil in there last time, but yeah, this isn't, I mean, I've only shot, I don't know, 300 or 400 rounds out of this since I took it apart last, which is not very long ago. And I'm gonna put a little bit more oil on this O-ring and then spread this around. This doesn't move, so it doesn't really need any grease, but it doesn't hurt. And then I'm just gonna check that my spring is reacting to me pressing this, and it is, so that's good. So I'm gonna put it back in the power tube. You have to line up this opening with this opening, like it has to line up like this in here, and you can kind of push it around. If it gets misaligned or whatever, you can kind of maneuver it around a little bit once it's in there. So that was easy. This is all back together now. Has that little recess in here, and yeah, I'm just gonna put this back together on my A5, and maybe I'll take it outside and shoot it. I have to see right now. So just putting this on here, checking that this works. So this is fine. I got my barrel thread adapter fitting in right here. So we're good on that. And yeah, so the springs they gave me the 2 valve springs. They gave me 3 trigger springs. I've never messed with trigger springs before on my Spider or my Viewloader Maxis, but I'm assuming it goes where that red one is at. And this just kind of, hopefully nothing goes flying around. This just kind of adjusts, I'm assuming, how much pressure you need for this to engage. So I don't know, right now I feel like I'm good. The valve is harder to take apart than this trigger mechanism. So I'm just gonna reassemble this, and oh yeah, I guess I should show you these springs, right? So I'll do that after I reassemble. So I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, I got it all back together. This is the original spring. It doesn't look like special or anything. I think it's like, it's either 5 or 6 millimeters outside diameter, and I forgot the length. but I think it measured to like standard size was pretty much like whatever 5 millimeters is, 3/16 or something. I think it's 3/16 standard. So these are all the springs from my kit, and I placed them in order from weakest to strongest. So this little instructions right here, it says silver is the weakest, which is this one, and then green is the second weakest, blue is the third weakest, red is like the third strongest, black is the second strongest, and this silver gray one is the strongest. And it says that it's shorter than the other ones, and it is. So as you can see, they kind of get a little bit longer each one that goes up. They almost look the same, like thickness, and the shorter one, which is supposedly the strongest one, it looks a little bit thicker, but like not much. And my stock spring is the one on the right side, and this is the new one, which is supposedly the strongest. So I will try this one. And it says they use this steel gray one with their zero kick hammer. I don't have that hammer yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to get it. So I'm going to try this black one, which is the strongest, like normal length spring. And I suspect this is a tiny bit shorter. This was my stock spring. I suspect it's a little bit shorter because it's been compressed so many times and shot so many times, because this was used. So I don't know how many, I don't know which spring this is. I'm just assuming it's the stock spring that came with the A5. And yeah, I'll try out this black one. Maybe I'll try the red one and the black one, and then I'll try the this thick one last. If these are okay, maybe I'll get the Amazon spring. I think it's like a 2-pack, and I have to cut it myself. But it is 1.0 millimeter thickness of this wire. I've also thought of maybe double springing it, like throwing one of my spider springs around this, because the spider spring is 10 millimeters of an outside diameter. So there's stuff I had to experiment with. But I had the spring kit. The Lighten valve spring is in there. This was my stock one. It feels a little bit more strong than the Lighten one, and this one is just like a longer one that if I had another Tippmann marker, I could use it on that, like a 98 or I don't know, maybe the TMC has a 1-inch long valve spring. But yeah, this is everything in this little package. I ordered this from PB Sports. They're from, I think they're from like Indiana. A lot of paintball companies seem like they're from Indiana. So yeah, this is the packaging, and yeah, I'm gonna try it out. So I would try it out today, but it's actually dark outside already. So yeah, I don't know. I can't really try it out. I have to do it tomorrow. Maybe I'll try it in the house, but I don't film stuff in the house. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow or the next day or whenever. So the highest I got with the normal spring, the normal valve spring, and this stock drive spring with the 3.6 gram nylon balls, the highest I got was 336 feet per second, which is like 18.7 joules. And that was with CO2. When I used the HPA, I think the highest it got was 326. So it's pretty close, but it's not 336 or 338, which is what I got with CO2. I only got one shot at 338 on CO2, and then everything was pretty much like 336 or 334. So anyways, guys, I'll make another video when it's not dark outside, and thanks for checking this one out. I've been waiting for those springs to come in. I think I ordered them on like Saturday, and they actually came in really fast. Today's Tuesday. So yeah, pretty happy. PB Sports is a pretty cool little online paintball company. They have a lot of stuff for sale. But yeah, see you next time.